Hi Mark, so you know that I'm recording you and I'll probably be using it on social media. Are you happy with that?
Yes.
So you've set me a challenge because you're not convinced that you can get hypnotised, but you want to be hypnotised, don't you? You're happy to go ahead?
I am happy to go ahead, yes.
Right. So first of all, I just want you to take a deep breath all the way in and let that breath right out as far as you can go. Just let that breath right out. Right, now take a proper deep breath all the way to the bottom of your lungs. That was half for one. All the way right to the bottom of your lungs, all the way. And let that breath out. Right, I just want you to allow yourself to be as lazy as you can be, to let go of that day that you've had. Listen quietly to the sound of my voice and concentrate. Just listen and concentrate on your breathing. Breathe in and out as if you were already asleep, or pretend that you're asleep. And imagine how comfortable you can be in that chair, how relaxed you can be, letting go of everything that's gone on today, any worries about work, anything to do with Ethan, anything to do with Jackie that's been away. Just allow yourself permission to let go of all those stresses and strains of the day. Just feel how comfortable you can be. Look down at yourself if you want, relaxing in the chair, and use the power of your mind to see yourself. And imagine how relaxed you could be, and think about your breathing. Make each breath even, in and out, the same length as the breath that you've just taken. The in-breath will probably be a little bit shorter than the out-breath, but think about your breathing. And while you're thinking about that breathing, allow yourself to let go and allow that lovely hypnosis to come all the way down your body as you feel the weight of your head getting heavier and heavier, and those eyelids are heavier and heavier. Listen quietly to the sound of my voice. And while you're listening to the voice, you might forget to think about your breathing, but just think about your breathing quietly now. In psychology, there's a rule. It's called 7 plus or minus 2. Most people can only think of 7 things at the same time with plus or minus 2. So you can think of at least 5 things at the same time. You're listening to the sound of my voice. You're concentrating on your breathing. Feel the weight of your head. Think about how you might look to other people. That's 4 things. Think of those things while you're listening to the sound of my voice. There may be noises where you are that you can hear. That's 5 things. Can you think about all those 5 things and at the same time notice the way your feet feel on the floor? Perhaps how your arms feel on the table. That's 7 things. The sound of my voice, the weight of your head, the background sounds, the way you look when you're relaxing in that chair, your breathing, the heaviness of your arms, your feet on the floor. Can you add another thing to all of that? I wonder, is your mind powerful enough to add another thing? 7 plus 1 things. Perhaps be aware of how the temperature in the room is. Perhaps it's too hot. Perhaps it's cold. But just test to see if you can add another one. So if you're thinking of that one as well, that's 9 things all at once. 7 plus 2. All of those 8 inputs, and then maybe an awareness of the way your eyes feel, heavier and heavier. Think about all those other things, the weight of your head, your breathing, the background noises, how you look, the temperature of the room, your feet on the floor, your arms on the table, the sound of my voice, and how heavy your eyes are feeling. The weight of your head, your breathing, the background music, how you look, the temperature of the room, your feet on the floor, your arms on the table, the sound of my voice, how your eyes feel. When you're thinking about all of those things, you're really scanning them one after the other as I say them, quickly, so quickly as it feels as if you're thinking of them all at once. A bit like a computer. time sharing, sharing all your resources against all the different tasks you're trying to think of all at once. And that's why some people can only think of 5 things, because that's the limit of their memory, but others can think of 9. I wonder how well your memory's working as you struggle to remember all of those 9 things. The weight of your head, your breathing, the background noises, how you look, the temperature of the room, your feet on the floor, your arms on the desk, the sound of my voice, how your eyes feel. Think about how good it will feel if you just allow yourself to think about the only most important thing of all, concentrating all your energies onto one thing, the most important thing of all. It's going to be so easy to think of. Now you're only going to think of one thing instead of 9 things. And that one thing is how good it feels. How good it feels to be so relaxed, to feel that hypnosis go through your body, to feel yourself falling deeper and deeper, thinking about nothing but this moment. Nothing, no need to do anything. Nobody wants anything, nobody's expecting anything. All you can do is enjoy this moment and sink down into that lovely feeling. 10 times deeper, 20 times deeper, 30 times deeper, deeper than you've ever been before. You may still have that little voice in your head, but just allow yourself to enjoy this time. You came to me to ask for help, and that's what we're going to do today. But first of all, I want you to imagine yourself going to a place that's a special place for you, a safe place, a place where you can make those changes that you've asked for today. It might be a real place in your life, a proper place that you can remember, something in your past, a place that you visited. Or it might be an imaginary place, a place where you make up, a place where you can be what you want to be and make those changes that you want to make. But I want you to go to that place that's your place. And I want you to go to that place right now. And when you've got to that place and you're there, I want you to nod your head. Fantastic, you're doing amazing. Absolutely amazing. Just let that lovely feeling, that feeling of heaviness go all the way through your body. Nothing to worry about. You're perfectly fine and you're perfectly safe. But now you're in that place, your mystical, magical place, the place that's special for you. I want you to take this time to enjoy it. I want you to look around and see what you can see. Look at the sights, the things that's in front of you, all the things all around you. I want you to listen to the noises in that place. Those special noises that's special for you. Maybe it's a quiet place. Maybe it's a bustling place. Maybe you're on your own. Maybe there's other people nearby. But whatever it is, just listen to those sounds and enjoy them. Perhaps you're touching things. Perhaps you can feel sand beneath your feet. Or perhaps there's things underneath your hand. But whatever you can touch, perhaps you lay down, you can feel the weight of your body or the weight of your feet on the ground. Whatever it is, but whatever you can touch. Can you feel anything on your skin? Is it windy? Is there rain? Is there sunshine? Whatever there is in your place, I want you to enjoy it. What you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can touch. Just enjoy being in that place, knowing that it's a safe place for you, your place, that you can come to this place anytime you want, anytime you feel angry or anytime you're stressed or things are getting to you. All you need to do is close your eyes and sink right back down and find that beautiful place. And now, Mark, I want you to think about, in this place where you know you're safe and you can make these changes, this place that you're enjoying, Feel calm and relaxed. I want you to think about anything that's been upsetting you, any negative thoughts, any negative feelings, any negative images, any negative situations, any negative sensations that you feel. You may have particular instances in your mind right now, and if you do, that's fine. If you don't, if it's just general, that's fine too. But I want you to bring those feelings to the top of your mind. Those things that's been upsetting you, that's been worrying you, that's been frustrating you. Any anger, any guilt, any shame, any frustrations. I want you to bring them all the way to the front of your mind. And I want you to imagine now, Mark, I want you to imagine that opening up in front of you is a giant whirlpool. And it's twirling round and round, stronger and stronger, and it's pulling down into the earth like a giant whirlpool. Some people like to imagine it as a giant toilet to throw all your rubbish in, but whatever's best for you, just imagine now that there's a swirling force in front of you. And all of those negative thoughts, negative images, negative feelings are getting pulled out of you, pulled down your body, right down through your feet, into the earth, into that whirlpool. Any negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative situations from the last few days, the last few weeks, the last few months. But I want you to go further back than that. I want you to go back to any upsetting situations in your life that you know is affecting you now, the way you've gone forward. Any losses that you've had in your life that you feel, that emotion that you've been keeping held in. I want you to let that go now. You've held on for it long enough. I want you to let that go down into that whirlpool. I want you to feel the pull of that whirlpool stronger and stronger, pulling away all those stored up emotions that you're holding on to. Any anger, any guilt, any frustration that you feel about that situation. I want you to let that go. Let it go into that whirlpool, swirling down faster and faster and faster. And the more you try to resist, the more you try and hold on to those things, because that's how you are and that's how you've always thought. The more you try and hold on to those feelings and those sensations, those negative things in your life, the more that whirlpool is getting stronger and stronger. That force is getting more and more and more. And the more you try to resist, the stronger it's getting. You can feel everything in your body draining out. Those negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative situations. Perhaps exasperation about things that have turned out in your life. People that you're separated from. People that are no longer with us. All of that, those negative things, you need to let them go now. You've held on to them too long. I want you to let them all go now. Let them go down into that whirlpool. Let them go down now. Let it pull and tug and pull till you can feel them draining out of your feet. And the more that you hold on to those things, the stronger that force gets and pulls them out. You know it's time to let them go. You know that you've tried to be strong way too long for that family. And now you need this time for yourself to let go of those emotions. That stored up guilt. That stored up pain. That stored up shame. Perhaps regret. Any anxieties you have about the situation that you're in now. Perhaps not ideal. Having to move again. Maybe worries around that. Maybe worries around work. Worries about Jackie's job and Ethan's school. I want you to let them all go now. Carrying them round in a giant rucksack that gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Eventually we have to let them go before we bend over backwards. So I want you to let go of all those jars of rubbish you've got in that rucksack. Pour them out one by one into that whirlpool, so you can move forward from today lighter and stronger, knowing you've let go of all those things that's holding you back. I want you to think about anything further back perhaps to when you were working, the different places where you worked, any situations that you regret, any worries, any anxieties that you hold on from that time, any ways you behave perhaps in different relationships, when you wished you'd behaved differently or took a course of action that now you wish you hadn't done. But anything that you feel anger or guilt or shame, any negative situations, perhaps any situations around Ethan or around your other son, that situation can be difficult. I know you don't see a lot of each other. Anything to do with that, any guilt, shame, frustration, anxieties, worry, any negative emotion that you can feel coming up around that. We both know that you've always done the best that you can for your family. You've always tried to be strong, and we need to let that go now. I want to especially go to a difficult time in your life when you lost your mum. Any emotions around that you're holding on to. Any worries that you have about being away, and any worries you have about the time you spent with her, or just really the circumstances. Any stored emotions there that you need to let go of. Any hurt, pain, that feeling that you've been left, perhaps abandoned even though she couldn't do anything, she couldn't help it, that feeling that you still want to hear. Anything to do with that, we just need to let all of that go now. A lot of things we learned was from when we were younger, so I want you to go further back now. I want you to think perhaps about the difficult relationships in your life. Perhaps things around your dad, things around your brother, any past relationships that you didn't behave the way that you wished, that you look back now. Any guilt, shame, anger, pain, hurt, any unresolved issues. It's time we let go of everything now. Just throw everything into that whirlpool and watch as it twirls away now. Feel yourself lighter. Feel yourself stronger for letting go of those things, releasing those emotions. Go further back. When you're at school, a lot of people have negative images of school, being embarrassed in assembly or bullied at school, or situations that happen when people, friendship groups, bullying. Things at that age can really, really affect how you behave now. You know, perhaps some people stammer or were embarrassed reading things out. Whatever it is, people have got stories from school, but whatever happened then, any feelings or situations, negative thoughts, images, feelings, sensations, it's time to let them all go now. I want you to throw them all into that whirlpool and let them go one by one, gently, calmly, piece by piece, element by element. Throw them all in that giant whirlpool and let it go. Just let everything go. Now's your chance to release all of those things you've been holding on to. That anger that you feel, that buildup of emotions. Take this time now. Bring them all to the front of your mind and throw them into that whirlpool. It's getting bigger and stronger the more things you put in it. That force is getting stronger and heavier and pulling you down, pulling all those negative things away. That built up anger, that built up frustration, that helplessness. Time to let go of it all. All the way back now, all the way back to junior school, all the way back to infant school. Any thoughts, images, feelings? I want you to let go of them all now, one by one, piece by piece. Throw them into that giant whirlpool and let it go. Feel that feeling as you throw them in. You feel the release as you let them go one by one. These things that have been weighing you down, building up into anger, frustration. Any feelings of embarrassment or anger at yourself, the way you've behaved, anything negative. It's time to let it go so you can get rid and a good clear out and move forward stronger and better for looking at those things and letting them go. Piece by piece, element by element, gently, calmly. And when you feel like you've done enough for now, when you feel like you've gone all the way back through, getting rid of all that junk, those situations, those images, those thoughts, those feelings and sensations, when you've cleared everything out and you've done enough for now, I want you to open your eyes and come back into the room, but only when you're ready and you've done what you need to do for now. Did any thoughts come up?
There's a lot of things about the past.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me, you don't have to say on the video, but there was things that you had, situations and images and thoughts and feelings that you felt come up.
There was a few.
And did you feel like you were able to let them go, or do you feel like they're still there, some of them?
I think they're deeply rooted.
You think they're deep and rooted?
Yes.
So if I ask you about them, do you feel those in any part of your body? Do they feel stuck anywhere in your body? Some people have a physical sensation that they're in your chest or in your head or in your brain or in your... If I asked you where they were, where would you say they were?
I think most of them are in my head at the moment.
And what colour would you say they are?
Well, they're dark.
Dark. How dark? What colour dark? The first colour?
They're black.
Black. Right, so I'm going to pull all that shit out of your head. Right? If you're not gonna let go of it, I need to pull it all out, don't I? Because it's not doing you any good, is it? It's causing that black anger and rage. Yeah? So I'm gonna pull it all out of your head now. It won't hurt, it'll be fine. All you need to do is you need to watch my hand. And I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna pull it from the front of your forehead, and I'm gonna pull it all out. It's like a huge rope, a huge knot of all those horrible thoughts that you've got. Those things that you're holding on to that you think are so deep rooted. In fact, I think I need my other hand. I'm going to pull them all out, and I want you to watch me pulling them out, pulling them out, pulling them out, pulling them out. And the more you try to resist, the harder I pull. And those thoughts and feelings are unraveling and pulling out of your head. How dark is that colour now? Is it the same colour? Is it darker? Is it lighter?
It's giddy. It's maybe giddy.
It's giddy. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say it is? 10 being the worst and 1 being the best. First number?
7.
7. Right, so you're keeping on to them, aren't you? Because you're very resistant. You want to keep them. So are they still in your head? Have they moved in your head?
Oh, they're still fighting.
Still fighting. Which bit of your head? Point with your fingers which part of your head they're in. That bit. Right, so would you prefer me to push them out? How do you want to get rid of them? Do you want them to come out of your forehead? Do you want me to push them out of the top of your head? Pull them out of your ear? What's the best way for you?
I think a good old yank out the top. Maybe.
Right, so I'm going to get both hands ready. Are you ready? So you've got to watch my hands. I'm going to reach in on your forehead and I'm going to pull them out now. Pull them, pull them. Look how hard I'm having to pull because you're trying to keep them. All that rubbish, all that shit that you've kept for years and years and years. Get both hands now. I'm going to pull it, pull it, pull it. And the more you try to hold on to it, it's not doing you any good. You want to sort it out. So we're going to pull it all out. I'm going to pull it all out. I'm going to throw it away. What did you have for breakfast this morning? It doesn't matter if you can't remember. It's fine. So tell me, what colour is that lump now?
Toast.
You had toast, well done. What colour is the thing in your head now? What number is it? First answer. Don't think about it, just tell me what number it is.
I really don't know. I just can't.
Can't answer or you can't find it?
It just feels like a barrier there.
Right, so have we got to smash the barrier before you're going to let me get it out then? Yeah?
Oh, you can try.
Right, I want you to shut your eyes now. And I want you to imagine now that there's a barrier across the front of your head that's stopping me getting to those thoughts because you don't want to let them go. But I want you to remember how angry you've been with Ethan, right? And where the root of that anger comes from. Those thoughts are not harming anybody else except you and the people that you love near to you. So if you hold on to them, it's that thing, isn't it? If you keep on doing the same thing in the same way, you're going to get the same result. So you've asked to come to me today to try and help you. And we are going to help you and we're going to sort it out. But if you're leaving that barrier there so that we can't get to them, then that's not going to work. So you either need now to unlock that barrier or make a little hole or smash that barrier down so that we can get to those things. And then we're going to have another go. So you've already got it, it's changed colour, it went giddy, so it's not solid, is it? That means we've made a change. And once you've made one change, that means we can make more change, if that's what you want. Or you can carry on doing what you've always done, and you'll get the same result. So I want you to think about that barrier now. And I want you to imagine that that barrier is like an invisible wall that you see on Star Trek. And it started off as a big, huge barrier. But the more you concentrate on that barrier, the more you realise that it's really just a force field that you have the power over. And that you can allow things to go in and out of that barrier. That you can let go of these thoughts that have been damaging you and causing this anger. But you've got to want to do it. So I want you to imagine now that it's not a barrier, it's just a force field that you control. And that you're going to press that button now. And we're going to let that force field become transparent so that I can reach in and take all those thoughts that you're hiding, that I think you're even trying to hide from yourself because you don't like them. And that if we take them into the light and look at them, sometimes we don't like what we see. So I want you to open your eyes now. And I want you to tell me, are you wanting to get rid of everything today and sort it all out?
I would like to.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do, right? So that force field, that barrier isn't a barrier anymore because I can reach my hand in now. So those thoughts that you are so worried about, that you're trying to protect them behind that force field or that barrier, that's not going to work now because you've now unlocked it so that I can put my hand in. So I want you to imagine those thoughts now. Like, how bad are they on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
10. Right, so now we're getting nearer the truth. The 6 was just like, I think Kath needs to know 6 because I feel really bad. So now we're getting down to it. But this is the point, right? I can do this 20 times. We can start at number 10 and we can do every number all the way right down till we get to 0. Or you can just let us do it all at once and save us half an hour, because that is what you want, but you've got to be brave enough to allow it to happen. So now is your chance to let go of all that crap. And nobody knows. I don't even have to know what they are because I can still do it and it makes no difference. So, but you know, so in your mind now, it's not a barrier, it's a force field that I can put my hand in, and I'm going to get right down to them. You try to hide them at the back where you think I can't reach, but you can move them nearer the front and you can make them so that I can take them, but you've got to let me. You've asked me to help, so I can help, but I can't help if you don't want me to. If you want to keep them and hide them, then that's what's going to happen, and you're going to get the same result. So we're going to give it another go, right? You're on 10. What colour is it now? Is it still
red.
black? Is it what?
It's red.
It's red. So you are making a change, because that wasn't what colour it was before. So things are changing already. So we're going to do it and we're going to get rid of them once and for all. And it's a good job I've been training, because you're really making it hard by making us pull it loads of times, aren't you? So I'm going to sit up in my chair and I'm going to reach right in to the front of your head and I'm going to pull it and pull it and pull it. Both hands pulling out, pulling it out. It's so hard because you're so resistant. You don't really want to give it up, but now's your chance. I've got past that force field now and I've got a little hold on them now. I've got a little corner and I'm pulling like a ball of wool that's unraveling. So even though you think you're holding them, I'm getting a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I'm going to throw it away. What's your telephone number?
07925.
It doesn't really matter. What colour is it now?
Green.
Green. And what number is it on now? First number?
8.
8. So we're changing already. So it's already changed colour. So I've managed to unravel some of that ball of wool and I'm going to get the rest of it. So I can do this 10 times till we get all the way down to 0, but I'm, you know, got nothing else to do tonight. It's fine. So this time I've got past the barrier. The barrier's not there anymore. I can get in there now. So your resistance is futile, as they say. Ready? Put my hand right in and I'm going to pull it out and pull it out and pull it out. Both hands. I've got hold of it now. Those thoughts, those feelings that you hate, that you're hiding them, pulling them out. Watch them go. Watch them pull out now. Watch them, watch them, watch them. Throw them away. What did you say you had for breakfast?
Toast.
Toast. You did say that. That was the right answer. What colour is it now?
It's getting light orange.
Light orange. And what number is it on now?
5.
5. I just want you to do this for me. I want you to follow my finger with your eyes. You've got to keep your head still and just follow it with your eyes. And say, the feeling's changed. The feeling's changed. Do you say after me? The feeling's changed.
Feelings changed.
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 The feeling's changed.
Changed.
What did you have for dinner?
KFC.
KFC. Some diet food, that is. Right. Think about those thoughts now. What colour are they now?
Yellow.
Yellow. See, changing. Started off at black, so I'm doing all right. What number is it now?
3.
3, did you say?
3.
3. Right. If you try really hard, we can get rid of it in this last one, can't we? We've come all the way from black and we've gone to yellow, so we're doing really well. So, right. Do you still want me to pull it out of your forehead, or is there a different way?
And then you finish off through my nose.
Through your nose? Fantastic. I hope we've not got any bogies there, but I can do that. Right, are you ready for the last go? I'm going to go to your nose now and pull. Oh, do you know how horrible that is? I'm going to pull it all out. All those last feelings, all those last, watch them go, watch them go, watch them. You need to let them go once and for all, every single one. God. Watch my finger with your eyes. Say the feeling's gone.
Feeling's gone.
The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. The feeling's gone. Tell me your telephone number backwards.
07401.
That's it. It doesn't really matter. Right. Have a look for that feeling now. Can you find that feeling? Is there any left? If I asked you what colour it was, is it still there? Can you find it? Is it there?
No.
You made me work hard for that one, didn't you? So how does that feel like now?
Lighter.
Yeah, it's weird that you can't find it, isn't it? But you don't know why. Right. So I want to do one last bit. You've done absolutely amazing, and you can't imagine how much change you've already done. What we're going to do now is we're going to embed those changes so they become, when you move forward, a bit like a computer. We've installed the program, and now we need to just, you know, that red line of doom that installs it and keeps it there, so that these changes are going to become the permanent changes. So all I want you to do now is, for a man who couldn't be hypnotized, you hypnotized quite well. So all we need to do is take a big deep breath again and shut your eyes and fall back down and remember that beautiful feeling. Let it fall all the way down over you, all the way over your head as it trickles down into your eyelids, making them feel heavier and heavier. You're aware of how heavy your head feels as that lovely hypnosis flows back all the way through your body. You're doing absolutely amazing. This was the time that you needed just for you to make those changes today. Absolutely fantastic. So I want you to allow yourself to fall deeper and deeper. Every breath you take, you fall deeper back into that beautiful state of hypnosis. Deeper, 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 10 times deeper, 20 times deeper. Just give yourself permission to drop the deepest that you've ever been before. Now you know what to expect, and there's nothing to worry about. Just go 30 times deeper, 40 times deeper, 50 times deeper. Deeper, 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 dropping down beautifully into that lovely hypnosis. And I want you to go back now, Mark. Go back to that mystical, magical place, that place where you made so much change already. And when you get to that place, just give us a nod so I know you're there. Fantastic. So look around and feel proud. Feel proud of all the amazing work and all the amazing changes you've already done. Your subconscious has already made so many changes, and we're just going to install that program and make those changes permanent now. I want you to imagine now on the computer screen, when the old days you used to see that red bar that went across installing that program. Or maybe it's like on your iPhone where the dial goes round loading the program. It's installing that new program, that new change, that new way of thinking. We've released all those things from the past that we don't need anymore, and we're going to move forward. And I want you to imagine now in your mystical, magical place that you see a path into the trees, and you follow that path. And as you follow that path, you get to a sort of old bunker, a bit like that place we went to in Scotland that was all secret underground. I want you to go into that bunker. It's got a coded door. I don't know if you're going to have a retina scan or perhaps a fingerprint scan or just an old-fashioned dial a number where you put that in, or a coded door, whatever. Only you know the code to get in this place. You open that door and I'm going to follow you. And when we go inside, this is a control room. And in this room, it's got levers and buttons and dials of everything in your life, everything that controls your life. And the first thing I notice is there's a giant big red button in front, like a big warning button. And that button there is your anger. And that button, that lever, that dial has got out of control. So it goes all the way up to 100, but somebody's pulled it all the way past 100 and nearly broken it. And I want you to turn that down. I want you to put your hand out now and imagine it's a lever or a button or a dial. And I want to see you pull that lever down or turn it down. Put your hand up so I can see you doing it. That's it. I want you to turn the dial or turn the lever, and I want you to turn it down as much as you can today. Maybe you don't feel you can get it right to the bottom, but that anger's been out of control. Turn it down as far as you can. Could you turn it one little bit more? That's fantastic. You've done a great job. And now, when you've got it to where you want it to be, I want you to glue it or stick it or padlock it or fix it or whatever you handymen do to make it stay in that place so that nobody else can change it. That's it. You lock it, you glue it, you fix it. You make sure nobody else can change that. But remember, we can come back in here and change it. We can do what we want inside your control room. So when you finish with that and it's all secure, that's fine. That was the one I needed to see. But there's other ones there. There's buttons there that you know about. There's maybe a frustration button. There's definitely a button for exercise. So maybe we could turn your exercise button up a bit while you're in there. If that's what you want to do. Could turn that button up. So find that one and turn it up a little bit. Turn up your button for healthy eating. That's it. Put it where you want it to be, your exercise. That's it. Turn it up. Fix it, glue it, stick it. Oh, that's fantastic. You turned that one a long way. It must have been quite a long way down. That's it. Fix that one where you want it to be. Fantastic. Is the one for healthier eating there? Do you want to turn that one up? So is that one a lever? Fantastic. So put that where it needs to be, and then you need to find a way of fixing that or gluing it or sticking it or padlocking it or whatever you need to do. That's it. Fantastic. That's it. They're all secure. Is the one there for drinking water? Perhaps turn that one up. I don't know how you are on that. You may be okay. But they're your levers. Oh, you found it, yeah? Turn that where you want it to be. That's it. Remember at the end to fix it or glue it or padlock it or stick it so that nobody can change it but you. That's it. Is there any other levers there that you need to turn down? Any negative levers that you need to sort out and turn down? Any bad habits that you have that you want to do, turn down? Or any emotions that you're feeling that are too strong? Is there anything else? I want you to turn all of those ones down that need turning down. But anything that needs turning up. There's a button there for love. I want you to turn that one up. Everybody should turn up their love while they're in there. Get that one and turn it right up. That's it. Put it where you want it to be. Turn it right up. Can't beat a good extra boost of love. That's it. And stick that one where it is. That's it. Perhaps there's buttons for security and peace and family love, family happiness, whatever. You know what buttons there is. So now I'm going to leave you to find those buttons and levers and dials that you still want to change. I want you to turn up things, turn down things, till everything's just where you want it to be. And I want you to check down at the bottom that there's no levers or buttons or dials that you've missed. Check at the corners, check at the sides, that there's nothing. So you make sure you do everything while you're in there. Put everything where it needs to be. And when you've done all of that, and you're sure you've done all of that, if you just nod your head so that I know you've finished. Fantastic. So what we're going to do now is go back out of that door, and however you fix that door, however you got in there, whether it was a code or a keypad or an eye retina scan or whatever it was, you need to fix that and lock it and shut it all up for the next time. So I don't have the code for that, only you. So you sort that out, check it, make sure, maybe putting a chain on the door, I don't know, but make sure nobody else can get back in. And when you're sure it's secure and you're ready, just nod your head and we'll come back out. Fantastic. I want you to come back out into your mystical, magical, safe place where you've made all these changes. Everything you've done today has been absolutely fantastic. And all we need to do now is fill those spaces. You've let go of loads of things. There was that dark, dark feeling in your brain that were pulled out, a bit of a struggle, but you've let go of that now. And that's got a space in it now. So if I asked you, what colour would you say is happiness? What colour would you give me?
Blue.
Blue. So now I want you to imagine I've got a giant jug of blue happiness, love, joy, peace and happiness. It's all mixed up. And I'm going to pour it back into that hole in your head, behind the barrier that you put up, behind that force field, and we're going to fill you up all the way from the top. So all those little spaces and holes where all those things that you were letting go and chucking into the whirlpool, they all need filling up, all those gaps and little spaces. That's why I've picked liquid, because it dribbles into all those spaces where we least expect it. And I'm going to fill you up with that blue. And you're going to feel it pouring in your head, filling up all those horrible spaces that had nasty things in them that you weren't happy with, all of those negative thoughts, images, feelings, the spaces where they've been. And it's going to fill you up with that blue. And you can feel it trickling all the way down your body, all the way right down to the tips of your fingers. You can feel them tingling with that love, joy, peace and happiness. It's going to go all the way down the body, all the way down your legs, right down to your tips of your toes, filling you up with that blue. And I'm going to turn it up and turn it up. And the more I turn it up, the happier you feel, the stronger, the calmer you feel, the more peaceful you feel, the more you know you're going to be able to deal with those difficult situations with Ethan. And that blue is going to turn up, turn up, turn up till it's shining out so brightly through that computer screen till you look like a giant blue Teletubby. It's brighter and brighter and brighter, and feel that love, joy, peace and happiness. And every time you look in the mirror from now on, Mark, every time you look in the mirror, maybe it's in the car, maybe in the house, maybe you see your reflection in a shop window, but whenever you see yourself in the mirror or your reflection, you're going to feel that lovely, confident blue, that happiness, that joy, that calm peacefulness that's going to give you the ability to deal with those difficult situations. Every single time you look in the mirror, whether it's in the car, in the house, looking at your reflection, doing your hair, whatever it is, trimming your beard, every time you do it, you're going to feel that beautiful blue feeling spreading all the way through you, filling you with love, joy, peace and happiness. And we've got one last thing that we need to do. I want you to go back all the way through your life to when you were a little boy and you were happy and you didn't have any of these troubles or any of these worries. I want you to go and find that little boy. And when you found him, nod your head. Fantastic. And now I want you to go to that little boy and I want you to whisper in his ear and I want you to tell him what you need him to know. I want you to tell him that he's going to be all right. All the things that happened to him in his life, he's going to be happy. He's going to have a lovely son, 2 sons, and a lovely wife. He's going to be successful in the things that he does. He's going to feel that family love. And tell him those things that you want him to know. And I want you to give him a hug. Give him a hug and feel that love, joy, peace and happiness, that confidence of a child. That self-confidence, that self-belief that you had at that age. I want you to cuddle him now and I want you to take from him all that love, joy, peace and happiness and bring it back with you, all the way back. Tell him what he needs to know and I want you to cuddle him. Feel that love, joy, peace and happiness, that confidence, that self-belief and self-worth. And I want you to bring that all the way back with you, all the way back with you to your safe place. Feel that feeling of blue that spread all the way through your body, bringing you that calmness, that peace, that clarity. And I want you to know now that that program is installed and those changes are going to be permanent over the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months. And every time you see yourself in the mirror, you're going to feel that beautiful calmness, that confidence, that self-belief and self-worth, that love, joy, peace and happiness. Coming all the way back into your life, that calmness that you so crave. I just want you to enjoy being in that safe place, that mystical, magical place for the last few moments. And when you're ready and you've done everything you need to do, I want you to open your eyes and come back into the room feeling brand new and positive. That amazing changes that you've made that you can take forward from here today. Just when you're ready.
Ooh.
How are you feeling now?
Weird.
Good weird?
Strange weird. I feel drunk.
Yeah. Some people feel very tired or very... Over tonight, it's a bit like when you've shaken up the glitter ball. So it'll take a little bit of time to settle down and maybe have thoughts and feelings going around your head. But over the next few days, it'll all calm down and you'll get that clarity that you're wanting. And all those programs and changes that you've installed today will settle down. And that'll be the new you. It'll be calmer and better. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to turn the recording off now.
Okay.